Hello, and welcome to Team Liquid's strategy guide series for Aberrus, the Shadowed Crucible. I am Telegon, and today I'm going to break down the mechanics and strategy for Mythic Zskarn, the Vigilant Steward. This boss has gone through many changes since the Race to World First. The cheese strategy has come and gone, we lost a bomb, tactical destruction is now based on player location, the boss lost a ton of health, and traps now spawn deterministically. With this last change only occurring the last reset, at the time this guide was created, we decided to take a novel approach to communicating the strategy, since we don't yet have a video of us doing the boss with this new strategy. When it comes to Zskarn, you can either put in some extra effort and decide exactly where you are taking the boss for every trap set and know exactly what to clear before you get there. Or you can fill the outside with traps and clear with the goal of maintaining space for tactical destructions and blast waves. For this guide, I've prepared a presentation of the former that will serve as the back half of this video, taking you through the movement for trap placement, what traps you'll be clearing, and where to bait tactical destructions. This is done in-game with the support of raid plan style graphics, and I hope that for many, it will make the fight much more approachable for tanks and raid leaders. Before we dive into that, however, we should talk briefly about some of the other mechanics and the theory behind trap clears. Firstly, it became somewhat popular to 3-tank the fight in the recent weeks. I do not feel that this currently provides you a significant advantage with the nerfs to shrapnel bombs. In lieu of 3-tanking, you can assign a rotation of physical immunities such as Blessing of Protection, Aspect of the Turtle, or Divine Shields to soak the bombs during periods your tanks may struggle to handle them alone. When it comes to the adds of the fight, this is where you could potentially consider 3-tanking. The purpose of this being to add a tank Death Knight. I heavily recommend having at least one Death Knight player in your raid comp. Ideally, this player would be Blood, as their grips are stronger, with a combination of at least one DPS DK and one tank DK being optimal. While it is possible to do the fight without any Death Knights, having access to at least one Death Knight spec will make the fight significantly easier as you control and kill adds. It is important to note that tactical destruction is baited towards the trap with the largest number of average players. You should take care at all times to not cleave or hit other players with Elimination Protocol, the lines that shoot out from the boss, while also attempting to keep the boss stationary as they go off. Take care to avoid getting knocked into Elimination Protocol or traps during or after Blast Wave. Now that we have gone over the parts of the fight outside of boss movement and trap placement and removal, let's dive into the in-game breakdown. Hello, I'm going to welcome you into the raid plan and in-game portion of this guide, where I will be taking you through the movement for the boss and the trap placement and which traps I would like you to clear as part of the strategy. To do that, I will be showing you these graphics that will take you through each phase of player movement, trap placement, and then coming back and forth between these graphics and moving around in-game and showing you the actual in-game markers and drawing on my screen to show you where everything is in the actual 3D game. So before I do that, however, I want to talk to you about the nomenclature of these graphics. So the number you can see on these tiles, like 1A, 2A, 2B, etc., that's just going to signify the trap set number. So trap set 1, where there'll be four ones you can see, and then 2 of them are either going to be A or B. A is going to be the ones that are placed nearest the boss, and B is going to be the ones that are being placed the farthest away from the boss. Because as of the recent change, they've removed the RMG nature of the traps, and now they're deterministic in the way that I just said. So that's the reason why I'm presenting the strategy this way, is because we don't have video of us doing this strategy, and I just think it's going to be easier to see it in game and present it this way. So with that being said, let's hop into it. So the boss spawns up here, and we'll be pulling him immediately to blue, placing traps 1A to the left and right of blue. 1B will be spawning farthest tiles away, which is on over here, as you can see. And then we'll be moving from blue to star, dropping 2A and then 2B over here. And then we'll be baiting TD1 in front of star, and then moving to orange. The red coloring of these traps means that they are traps that I want you to remove. So golems will be spawning during TD1. You should need to grip them and kill them. Acquire your salvage parts, debuffs, or items more correctly, and then after the TD is over, you can clear 1B and 1A here. Now let's hop in and look at that. So you can see the room here. Place the markers as you would expect them, as you can see in the raid plan. So you can just take a good look at this room here before I go mimic the boss movement. You can see the boss will be spawning up here. So let's move over to blue, right? So we've just pulled the boss, we're pulling him to blue. And then let's draw what I want traps to look like. So we have 1A here and here, and then across the room we'll have 1B and 1B here. Right, and then we'll move from blue to star, drop 2A here and here, and then 2B to the left and right, as you can see up here. And then we'll be baiting the tactical destruction over here, and then moving towards circle, which is covered by this dragon head, but is over here. After we have acquired our salvage parts from the golems, and this tactical destruction is over, we'll be clearing 1A, both 1As, and both 1Bs over here. So that is the first part of the fight through the first tactical destruction and a little bit after. So after that point, right, so we're baiting, let's do the movement in game. So blue, star, baiting tactical destruction here, and then moving towards orange, getting safe from the tactical, gripping in golems, killing them, and dropping the new traps on orange. Let's look at the raid plan for that. So we are at orange at this point. We're dropping 3A. 3B is spawning at the furthest tiles away. Then we'll be moving to 4A on green. 4B will be spawning on the furthest tiles away here. And then we have a more difficult part of the strategy where our tank needs to remain on skull for the during this TD to drop traps 5A. And then 5B will be forced to split over here, as you can see, between the two farthest locations. During this point, unstable embers will be happening. I think it's called Illumination Protocol, the lines out from the boss. So you'll want those players to split around this arrow as they get knocked back, and then the raid will be getting knocked back into these traps here. If you do have the trap clears, you might be able to get safe on these red ones here, but it's likely that you'll be not getting knocked into the traps here. That's not the end of the world, just come back and heal through it. Plan some healing like a Spear Link or something like that, and you should be absolutely fine. But let's hop into this in game and show you what it looks like. Didn't erase this. All right, back to it. So 3A is here, 4A here, 4A. And then we have across the way, we have 3B here, and then 4B. And then over by skull, we're going to have 5A, 5A. And then split here, you're going to see 5B, 5B. Right, and we're baiting the Elimination Protocol around here, and we'll be running this way. The important thing to note is that, as I said before, the Unstable Embers Elimination Protocol are going to be happening, so we need our raid to be stacked for healing and just to stay together and get knocked back and then come back and get healed. And on either side of the raid, we're going to want our the members targeted by the lines to stand, so maybe 2 on the left, and then then 3 and 4 on the right, facing this way, obviously. But the main thing here is just to avoid having people get hit by the lines from the boss, and I think you should do it in this configuration. So you get knocked back into a trap, come back, get healed, and you should be fine. And then remember that the tank does need to stay on skull to drop these traps here. I'm going to erase really quick, and then obviously after that, you should be moving to moon. So in game, let's go through the movement. So we're on orange, dropping traps here, then we go to triangle, drop traps here, go to skull, the tank stays here, dropping traps here, and then he gets safe out here. And then the rest of the raid, get knocking back around here, and then people with unstable embers should be on either side of the raid. So now we are on moon. We're going to be dropping traps on moon. Let's consult our raid plan. So we have 6A on moon. We're clearing the 2 traps on cross here with our golem salvage parts, and then moving from skull to cross, doing a tactical destruction 3, and getting safe in this direction. And then we'll be clearing 5A and 7B. This one is kind of harder to understand from the plan, so let's go in game. So we have 6A here, 6A, 6A, 7A, 7A. And then across the way, I believe it should be 6B, 6B, and then 7B, 7B. And then this is 5A from earlier, and we want to clear these 2 here. And then we're taking the TD bait over here and running this direction. Consult the raid plan. Yep, so 6B, 6B, 7B, 7B, clearing 5A, 7B to the right of skull. And that is as it should be. So after we get safe from TD, we're actually going to be going to purple. Let's show the next raid plans. So we're safe over here from the TD. We're going to purple to drop 8A. We're re-clearing cross again, 7A, 7A, and we're going to return to cross after dropping 8A for 9A. And then 8B is going to spawn down here, and then as you can see here, 9B is going to spawn in the traps we cleared to the right of Skull earlier. So let's show both of these raid plans in game. So we have gone from moon to cross, beta TD here, gotten safe here, and we've cleared the 2 traps to the right of Skull. So we're safe from TD here, and then we're going to purple now. We're dropping traps at purple for 8A, so 8A, 8A, and then we're at 8B. 8B is spawning here. We've re-cleared X, so we're going to X for 9A, 9A, and then 9A, 9B is spawning on the traps we cleared to the right of Skull. Baiting another TD here, going this way. Okay, so we're on cross. We drop this set of 8 traps. We go back to cross, drop 9, and we do another TD and go towards blue, I suppose. So let's show the movement in game. So drop purple, go back, cross. We clear the traps at cross. Drop new traps at cross. Cross traps spawn to the right of Skull. We bait another TD here, and we get safe in this direction. And then at that point, we have this space to play with, and we just need to clear traps as we get clears playing around our space, so we have enough room to get knocked back and enough room to do tactical destruction. You should be looking to kill the boss around this time, so pretty much just make it work. If you're going to get knocked back into traps, as use healing cooldowns, and make sure you have enough room to do tactical destruction 5 if you get it. With that, we very much hope you found this guide useful. Please feel free to leave feedback or commentary below this video, and make sure to keep your eye on this channel as more guides will be coming out soon. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.